Tonight, hear how Troy continues to honor the students who passed over the break.
Plus, learn how Troy is lending a helping hand to students with military affiliations. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for January 17th, 2014. I'm Haley Greathouse.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. On Wednesday, Troy University held a candlelight vigil to honor Troy students who lost their lives over the holiday break. However, one of those students was a part of Troy University's large Chinese student population. So last night, Troy's Chinese students held a special ceremony for one of their own. Yana Weezer has the story.
This Christmas break, Troy University lost 4 of its students. A candlelight vigil was held to remember them and give friends and families an opportunity to come together. One of those who lost their lives was Haoju Sun, an international student from China who had just graduated from Troy. A special memorial service was held for Sun, who had attended Troy University for the last 7 years.
International students aren't often able to be at home. They're not usually able to have a funeral or a memorial service at home because they lost their life here. And in Haijiao's particular case, he was here for 7 years and had many friends, but there really isn't any opportunity for his friends to share with family members or really honor the memory of their friend unless we hold a event where they are able to do that.
Sun was very engaged in the international and especially Chinese community. Besides working in the Confucius Institute, he was also involved in several activities by the international department. Many knew Sun in person, but even the ones that didn't gathered at the ceremony to pay their respect to Sun and his family.
The Chinese community, even if they didn't know him personally very well, it's a shock to their system and they grieve it because it's one of their community members.
Chancellor Hawkins offered his condolences and honored Sun by placing a memorial brick on the main quad. Sun's mother, who had traveled here from China, was touched by the gestures and stories shared by his friends. Yana Weezer, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And any Troy students who feel they may need help dealing with the grief, they can contact Troy Student Counseling Services at 670-3700.
Troy University's Malone Art Gallery displays a variety of work by students and professional artists throughout the semester. This month, the gallery welcomes the work of an art educator. Katarina Kunitsina has the story.
Malone Art Gallery is now showing the work of Texas artist Libby Rowe. The exhibit will be on display until February 13th.
I've known Libby for a long time, and she's a very fun person. I invited her to come to the gallery because I know that she would bring something very different that our kids have not seen.
The exhibit is titled Learning Feminine Posture and is based on Rowe's research on feminism. Skaggs hopes the work will make people think.
She's been doing work that's based on the thoughts, the ideas of women issues for years. I think it's very thought-provoking and very creative. She obviously is creating artwork that's based on her research, which is kind of a nice education for the general public.
Troy students will get the chance to learn directly from Rowe, as she will visit the campus at the end of her exhibit in the Malone Gallery.
So when she comes to visit for her lecture, she'll get to spend a couple of days with our students, critiquing their work, talking in classes.
Katerina Kunitsina, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The gallery located in Malone Hall is open from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Well, everyone comes to college looking for a place to call their home away from home.
Haley, and that's exactly right. And very soon, Troy students with military affiliations will soon have a home away from home setting. And yesterday, Troy for Troops held a sign up for the organization. Troy students with military affiliations will soon have a place to call their own. However, Troy for Troops isn't a new organization on campus. It has been an online program used for informational purposes, but is now making a move to a hands-on location. Associate Vice Chancellor for Military Affairs Dave Barron says it's crucial to sign up.
One of the challenges we have at Troy is the databases are often self-reporting. So if registration comes through and there's a little block that pops up and says, are you a veteran, and you skipped it, you're not documented. And we need to know who you are and to be sure you're being successful in your time at Troy.
The center will be located in the Trojan Center food court next to Icon. The center is currently a work in progress, and organizers say the center will be up and running in approximately 4 to 5 weeks. And once the construction is complete, the center will be equipped to give students any assistance they may need.
We have some offices in here. We have a presentation room where you can work on speeches, practice presentations. You know, if you need to come in, have a quiet place to study, or if you need to, get caught up on career counseling, we have a VA counselor there that can help you in your current military career or civilian career.
But these facilities aren't just open to anyone. In order to be eligible for Troy for Troops, you must be a veteran or currently using the GI Bill. Once a student is accepted into the association, there are also honor societies available. Barron gives his comments on the organization.
This is going to be a great life changer for many of our students.
And if you missed sign-ups yesterday, it's not too late. You can visit the Troy for Troops headquarters located on the 3rd floor of the Adams Administration Building.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. Out of Montgomery, Alabama, officials are planning to trade missions to 3 continents this year. State Secretary of Commerce Greg Canfield says his department and the Export Alabama Alliance are putting together trade missions to South America, Southeast Asia, and Europe.
And in Fruithurst, firefighters say they tried to reach the people inside an intense house fire, but the heat was too much. Authorities say 2 children died and several adults were injured in the fire in the community of Fruithurst yesterday, located in Claiborne County. Fruithurst is about 35 miles east of Anniston.
And in Phoenix City, the latest piece of the Chattahoochee River Whitewater course is beginning to take shape. A new boat ramp on the Alabama side of the river is scheduled to be finished in early spring when Chattahoochee outfitter Whitewater Express launches the 2014 season.
And still to come on Troy TrojanVision Nightly News, the basketball teams were back in action last night on the home court, but the innings weren't pretty. Amy Austin will have the details when she joins us in sports. Now Amy Austin joins us with sports. So Amy, I know last night was a huge night for the basketball department. There were signs everywhere, posters, even some balloons in places. They were really trying to promote the game to get fans out there, but how did those games turn out?
Courtney, that's right. Fans showed up and they cheered them on, but the Trojan basketball teams didn't have the ending they were hoping for, and I'll get more into that now in sports. Right. The streak continues, and it's not a streak the Trojans women's basketball team is looking for. As the Trojans took on Louisiana Monroe Thursday night, they hoped to break a 7-game losing streak, but ULM had different plans.
Coming out strong at the start of the game has been a struggle for the Troy women's basketball team, and last night it proved fatal. Louisiana Monroe quickly took back the lead from the Trojans within the first 20 seconds of play and kept the lead until they defeated the Trojans 83-72.
Getting a little too familiar coming in here after a game and, talking about a loss. And we were definitely putting everything we have, I believe, into turning it around for a win. Once again, it didn't happen tonight. I thought the biggest overall standout problem in the first half was rebounding.
Rebounds were Troy's main struggle through the entire game. ULM out-rebounded Troy 55-38. Head coach Chanda Rigby realizes this problem, but knows her players are capable of performing well when they have the confidence.
Definitely trying to get rebounds, and honestly, I think I have some guards struggling with some confidence issues right now. They're pushing the ball off to Joe a lot sooner than they used to, like getting rid of it and getting it to Joe, and that's something we're about to have some meetings about right now. And we've got guards that are good that can handle the ball, but when you've gone through this many losses, it's probably going to take a lot of pep talks and a lot of psychology or something to get them to realize it.
With all the tough losses, the Trojan women are in a slump, and in order for her girls to get back in the game, Rigby knows she has to share positive encouragement to lift their spirits.
I have no choice but to be a dealer of hope right now. We're not going to turn it around if the leader's down. You're not going to do it. And so I'll go in the locker room after this, and you wonder, can they get up one more time and get it? Sure they can. I've got to do it. I've got to be the spark that ignites it, and we've got to come after Lafayette with everything we got on Saturday.
The women will take the court once again tomorrow night at 5:15 against Louisiana Lafayette and try to gain their first conference win. And as the women's streak continued, the men's streak was cut short as the team came away with a tough loss from Louisiana Monroe last night, ending their 2-game winning streak. The Warhawks defeated the Trojans 75-64. Throughout the first half and the early part of the second, Troy kept the score close, but ULM took the game away from the Trojans. Jeff Malahy and Hunter Williams each had 16 points, with Antoine Myers following with 13. Head coach Phil Cunningham knows just what kind of competition his team is facing and how they need to prepare.
All year, it's going to be like this, and we've told them all year that the league is really good this year. And anytime you get into league play, anybody can beat you any given night, home or away. And so we just said, continue to preach what we've been preaching to them. Can't get too high, too low. For 3 days, we've been walking around campus, getting patted on the back. That's just the way team sports are. And, on a college campus and feeling good about themselves, and they should have felt good about themselves. But tomorrow it'll be different.
The men will take the court again at home on Saturday against Louisiana Lafayette. Tip-off is set for 7:30 immediately following the women's game. And Troy's track and field competed yesterday in Sanford's standalone multi-competition. Riley Schwitz and Aaliyah Stilgraw both competed in this indoor event. Schwitz's best event was the 60-meter hurdle, where she finished with 9th with a time of 9.46 seconds, and Stilgraw's best finish came in the shot put, where she placed 8th. The track and field team heads out today to compete in the Kentucky Invitational, beginning tonight with the women's throw. The Invitational will continue throughout the day tomorrow. Troy is one of 23 teams competing in the event and are looking to improve their performance since last week's UAB Invitational. There will be a live stream of the event available at the University of Kentucky's athletics website. So, Courtney, Haley, the basketball team's competing at home this weekend. I know it's a long weekend, but maybe fans that are staying can get out there and support them, and we wish the best of luck to the track and field.
Exactly. Best of luck to all of the athletes. You know, hopefully the women can get some momentum up and get their first conference win, and also hopefully the men can get back into that winning streak that they were in, and especially on the home court. So hopefully everyone will get out and show them some support. Thanks,